Heyo, Stoic here. Hey, welcome to the Bedrock Guide. Today we're in the end and we're going to be making a shulker farm. Yup, this is going to be fun. Let's do it. In a recent 1.18 update, shulkers are now able to clone each other. Yes, if they attack each other, there's a small chance that a new shulker will appear right on top of the other ones. If that shulker attacks another one and kills it, there's a 100% chance that that shulker will make a new one. So we're going to take advantage of that mechanic in our farm. So let's get ready to get some shulkers. All right, let's talk rate. So the entire farm will get up to 240 shells per hour. And if you only want to build part of it, yeah, that's right, only part of it, you can build just this small part right here that's shown on the screen. And that'll get you about 120 shells per hour. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad at all. All right, let's take a look at the materials for this build. We don't need a whole lot. I brought 5 stacks of glass for this build. You're going to have to stack up to the ship that we're going to be taking over. So I always put a little bit of extra glass in here. We'll use just less than 4. You want to go ahead and get a couple solid blocks. You can use blocks that you find out here in the end if you want. I just use some blocks that are contrasting with the rest of the build. We need 1 fence gate, 2 fences, 2 trapdoors, 4 minecart with hoppers, 4 hoppers for rails, and 4 chests. And actually, you only need to bring 2 because we've got 2 chests in the ship already we can use. All right, some things to note is that shulkers love to teleport. So if they're low on health, they will move around, and we don't want that to happen. If you break the block below them, they're going to want to move around. So we're going to use blocks that they cannot spawn onto. So hoppers, they're not going to connect to glass, half slabs, upper and lower, stairs, leaves, and chests are all blocks that the shulkers do not jump to. So when we're making our farm, we're going to limit the number of spots these shulkers can jump to. All right, you defeated the Ender Dragon. You've been searching forever, and you finally found an end city. And it has a ship. That's exactly what we're looking for. Of course, it's what you're looking for. It's got an elytra in it, but it also has 3 shulkers. And that's what we need. That's what we want to make our farm. All right, I'm excited. I'm super excited. We're going to get an elytra, and we're going to get some shulkers. But first, we got to make it all the way over there. And once we're there, we're going to use our glass blocks to block all the way up to it. No safer way than to use glass. When you get to these ships, you're probably going to want to try to be on the front side of it. And yeah, just go all the way up. Okay, we made it. We're all the way up at the top, and yeah, we're just going to bridge over to it. And make sure you bring lots of glass on this trip. Not just what I say in the build, but just in case you need blocks. And I brought some just for the fun of it. Now, here's the key part. We're on the front side of the ship because we wanted to stay away from that one all the way in the back. And we want to trap these shulkers as fast as possible so we don't get hit. So what we're going to do is run up here and get some glass blocks right in front of it. You can see it can see you, but it can't really see you. So go ahead and put some blocks all the way around it. We're also going to go ahead and get the front of it too, because we will be working on all the sides. So now let's go down to the one right below deck on the outside, and it's always going to be right here. So we're going to break these 2 blocks and put in 2 glass blocks. Break these 2 blocks and put in just 1 block, and we're going to cover the top. One of the key things about this is that we don't want to break this block right here or the block up there for the other shulker. So go ahead and surround it with glass all the way around. That way we don't accidentally break it when we're not ready. All right, maybe you wanted to do this one first because you can get your elytra. If you fall, you can make your way back up. But right now we're going to run in. We're going to break that as soon as we can, and now we're in a good spot. So we can just put glass blocks all the way around this shulker, put it along the back, and we're going to carefully break some more blocks, just like this. That way we don't break this block a little bit later. Now, if you do break it, you're going to have to find that block that it's sitting on in the future. Maybe it just goes right here, and then you have to try to enclose it again. When it's in this position, we can control it right away. We know where it's going to be. If it's on the side of the ship, it's going to be harder to get to. So this is probably one of the most important parts of this build, and we just did it. Oh, never mind. I had to put my elytra on. That's the most important thing. No, this is the Shulker Farm. Let's do it. Let's start working on it. So you can go ahead and loot all these goodies over here and actually use these two chests right at the beginning. It's the ship provides, right? So go ahead and put in two chests right here, right next to this big mast. We're gonna go ahead and put in two hoppers right there, put in two rails right on top. We're gonna go ahead and break those two pieces right there on the mast, put two pieces of glass right there. I'm gonna drop down two right there. And then we're going to put in two solid blocks. They could be part of the ship if you wanted it to be, but I brought some just so they could stand out. Go ahead and put your minecarts with hopper right here on top. Go ahead and break the rest of that mast right there. So that is one of our collection systems. We're going to go ahead and start breaking out our ship. So we're going to start taking care of business right here in the center, and we should be away from our shulker, and we'll get really close, and we don't want to break the glass that's right next to it. So let's take out all of these pieces with the brewing stand. Keep it. Don't break any of that new glass that you just put in, and we're just going to open things up right here. So the next step is we've got one of our stations right here. Go ahead and we'll come out right here on the center part of our farm. We're going to come out 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to cover that guy up, break that one, and quickly put another glass block right there. Can see you, so you got to be quick. All right, we're going to put the framework of our farm in now. So we're going to go 13 blocks. We'll start with this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And we're going to put two solid blocks in 1, 2, and then it should be our last block right here. All right. Looking good. All right, we can put in a couple more blocks right out here just to get underneath our platform. Go ahead and grab two more chests. That's right, two hoppers. Again, we'll jump up here, and then we'll grab our mine carts with rail. We'll put in some more glass, just like this. Bring lots of glass on this trip. And then we'll get our collection system in for right here. All right, we're going to have an AFK position somewhere in the middle, so it's actually 7 blocks. So we'll start here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we'll break that. We'll put a piece of glass in that's a little bit different. You can use a different block for a little bit. You can even use a solid block if you want, as long as you surround it with glass. That way our shulkers don't try to jump to it. All right, let's grab our glass and put more glass on both sides of this platform right here. And we'll do the same over here. We'll put more glass right there. And we've already got some of it in place when we trapped that shulker. So we're already looking pretty good. All right, at this point, go ahead and break these blocks that are just right out here. And we're going to end up using this kind of pathway as our way to get to our shulkers and even a landing pad once we've got our elytra in place. Now we know that our AFK position is right there. We can just stare on down to it. You can even make it a little bit bigger if you want to. If you do, go ahead and break some of these blocks. You don't have to break your glass, and kind of open things up a little bit. That way you've got some room to land. All right, we got our platform up here, our AFK position. We're going to try to finish off the farm. So let's go ahead and just break these blocks that are just overhead and come all the way across. Breaking them. Just be very careful you're not breaking the block that one is sitting on. And it looks like, yep, we didn't put anything underneath it. We're going to go ahead and put glass all the way around it because I don't want this shulker to get out. And neither do you. So take your time when you get close to these shulkers. And now that one's fully enclosed, we can be a little more fast with breaking our blocks, but we can open that up in a little bit. But let's go ahead and build this up 1, 1, 1, just like that. And then we'll come back around 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, just like a little bit of a U. And then we're going to come off from that solid block position. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to keep the top on here just in case. This actually helps us with our shulkers trying to get into this position. I don't know why, but all my testing says just keep it open for right now. And if you want to come back and put something on top later because you're tired of getting hit or your flight path is a little different, yeah, go ahead and put something on top and go ahead and put something on once we've got everything in place. But let's come over to this side, and just for the ease of it, we've already got a ladder here. You've got an elytra, but go ahead and take out this whole mast. Continue to break these blocks all the way across. We're going to start to expose our solid blocks that we put in, and if you want, go ahead and take out just more and more and more. Don't forget this dragon head. All right, we're going to do the same thing we did on the other side. We're just going to build this up. This is so we can move around freely on our farm whenever we want to. We're going to come out 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that, and we should be in a good spot. So from our AFK position, we'll just go 1, 1, just like that, 1, 1, and if you want, fill these in as well. It'll make things a little bit easier when we're putting things together. Go ahead and put a little shelter all the way across, and you'll see a little bit of a tunnel through here. I'll grab my fence and put it on the front side of that, and then a trapdoor right there. And this will allow the shulkers to see you, but their shots can't get in. So we'll do the same thing on this side. Just bring some more glass all the way across, jump up and put more glass on both sides, make our little tunnel, grab our fence, and then our trapdoor right on top. And just in case the shots do make their way in, and it has happened, but it's so rare, go ahead and put a gate in here, and this will keep you from moving too far away from one side and ruining your rates. All right, we've got almost everything in place. The next best thing we're going to do is we're going to break a couple more blocks just like this up here. Go ahead and break that block right in the center, right up from the stairs. Put in a glass block right there. We're going to put in another block right here in the future. So go ahead and make sure there's a space right in between. And we'll break the blocks all the way around it. Now, just in case it does get through, go ahead and put a ceiling in. That way you can float around a little bit and you'll drop right back down into position, ready to keep collecting your shells. Come back out on top. Let's make sure we've got a nice 2-layer pathway, just so if we're moving around, the shulkers can't see us, they don't shoot us. So you can hop over to this other side too. Make sure this is all in place. Once you think all of that is in place, you guessed it, it's time to break the rest of the ship. But don't break the blocks that are under the shulkers until last. And I'll cut to that here in a second. Okay, we're down to the last 3 blocks of this farm, and they should all be right behind our shulkers. So what we can do now is, yeah, let's just come on over here and we'll just break one glass block, and don't break all the glass right away, just in case we get a stingy shulker. If it doesn't want to move, then we can always place a block back down to kind of reset its pathfinding. And in a little bit, it should shoot over to the only spot that's available. There it goes. And just go ahead and keep the glass. You can break, actually, you can break it if you want, but we've got one in place. So let's go do the other two. All right, so come across over here. This one's pretty safe, so we'll go ahead and break this one. Again, there's only two spots for it to spawn to or jump to, so we're just gonna hang out until it does it. There it went. All right, getting close. We've got one left. Now we're using glass. Nothing's gonna jump to any of the glass, so you can keep it, you can break it if it needs to be symmetrical and perfect. I get it. I've been there. But all right, let's go ahead and come on up to our last one. I would honestly get even with it. We're pretty high. That way it can't see you once it's spawned into that location. And once you break this, it can't see you from below because it can shoot down and get you. So let's go ahead and break this one right here. We're just going to be patient. Just going to be patient. Sweet, that one was fast. And now we've got 1, 2, 3 shulkers in our farm. And we're ready to get that fourth one. All right, jumping back into survival. And you can see we've got the green gates right there. And we're just, once we enter that spot, they're going to start shooting. And the one over by itself is just going to shoot, and it's really not going to do anything for us for a little while. But the two over there will start getting us shulker shells right away. Now, what we're hoping for is that one of their shots will duplicate the other, and because it'll be on top of the other ones, it's going to want to find a new home. And so we're going to give it a new home. So go ahead and break that, and you'll remember that glass block we put in earlier. That's going to help us give this a new home. So put some glass right on top of it as well. So we're going to give it 1, 2, and then on the bottom will be 3 new spots for any new one to jump over to. All right, not too bad. There it is. So, oh, it looks like it decided it didn't want to stay over there. So now we've got one over there, and one in the middle. So we're just going to go ahead and take this home away, and it should find a new home either over there or over there. Yeah, that was pretty quick. See, now it's back over on that side. We'll put this back in place, get your glass right back on there, and we'll just wait. We're collecting shells. We can wait a little bit longer. We've got 2 over there, 1 floating here, and 1 floating there. So we're going to break this one quickly, break that block, protect ourselves, put another piece of glass right here, and we're going to hope that it jumps to the only open position. All right, so you say, Stoic, this is taking way too long. Go ahead and put in the block one more time. Break it, protect yourself, and see if it resets. All right, so this one was been stingy, but we keep gathering a little bit more. So we got 2 and 2. And there's another one right there. So we got 5 total. But now our chances should be a little bit better in order for it to jump all the way across. So I'm going to go ahead and put some glass in right above us. And that one jumped over. 1, 2. 1, 2. Now we got an extra one over here. We could probably just kill it if we wanted to. Maybe it'll move in the future. If it's just hanging out, yeah, we'll probably get rid of it. But we've got all 4 in place, and all we needed was some patience. All right, now you tell me you can't wait for this thing to show up, or maybe you killed one by accident, or things just aren't moving. one of them moved to the center and it's just not going anywhere. So you've got 1, 2, 3. Well, you can be patient. You can still wait for that one to move, or you can make your way out to the end city itself and find one just hanging out all by itself. We can get some blocks. We got plenty of blocks, and we're just gonna have to put a rail system in all the way down to it. But once we get pretty close to our farm, we're gonna need to use some slabs. Now, because we got rails, we're only going to be able to use the top slab. So you'll have to come out here, get pretty close to our farm. It looks like I'm right on the button here. So what we'll go ahead and do is get rid of one of these just to show how this can be done. And once we're pretty close, we're going to have to make some more glass blocks all the way down. About right here. We're going to need to put in some powered rails as we're making our way up. Not too many of them, and I probably need a third one. Just like that. Make sure you put in your levers right next to it. And then, well, we could probably just keep this one empty. So just make your way all the way across to your shulker, wherever it might be. So this is a little bit more work. In fact, I don't want to do this if I don't have to. Let's see here. So I'm going to have to sneak in here and grab this one. Let's see how close we need to be in order to grab it. This is all brand new stuff for me right now. And just want to make sure there's examples out there or options for you just in case you are having problems doing this farm, or maybe you lost a shulker in the ship. You could always make this farm up in one of the platforms as well, as long as there's at least 3. Yeah, 3 or 4 would make it worth your time. If it's just 2, then you can just have half the farm, or maybe even just truck these over. So go ahead and light these things up. I think I missed one over here. Yep. They're on the slabs. It's not going to work. So we're going to come all the way over, light this thing up, and let's see here. I think if we're sneaky, let me just go into survival. And we've still got a whole bunch of rails here. Oh gosh. Now that I'm in survival. Break those because I just need the cart. Okay, so to be super sneaky, we want that right there. Break that one. We're going to need to power it up. That out of my way. I'm going to put that one in right there, and we're going to push. We grabbed it. Oh, it grabbed us. But anyways, you're going to want to, since we're on that minecart, it's going to stay with us. I'm going to jump back into creative. That way we can come back over here. So you made your way over here. Let's actually jump back into survival. Yep, it's still angry at us. So we're going to have to be super careful when you're coming back over to say hello to this. But if you're in a safe spot, you can come over, start breaking these things, break that block. It'll pathfind to this spot right here. Break our glass, maybe put everything back into its position, cover up any solid blocks that we've got, and then we can get rid of our rails. I don't think they're not gonna connect to our rails, but I don't want to chance it. We'll get rid of a couple more of these platforms just so we're kind of off on our own. So this is just another way to get your shulkers into position, especially if you don't want to wait for them to come over, or you've got a really stingy one, or they've separated themselves to 1, 2, and 3. That might be your solution moving forward. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining me on this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see the new content when it comes out, hit that subscribe button. and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.